We all know Frollo, but is there another villain in the Hunchback of Notre Dame? So at the start of the film, we have Frollo killing Quasimodo's mother and attempting to kill Quasimodo. He is only stopped by the Archdeacon, who calls out to him and tells him that the eyes of Notre Dame have witnessed his actions and witnessed that he has sinned. Frollo asks how he can fix the situation, and the Archdeacon responds that the only way he can fix it is by taking Quasimodo in as a son. Frollo is reluctant at first, but then agrees. So for the next 20 years, Frollo is left to raise a child that he himself orphaned. And this wouldn't be such a big deal except for the fact that Frollo did not orphan this child because he was defending himself. He didn't orphan the child because it was a war and there was a massive battle. He orphaned the child because he had a suspicion against an entire group of people and thought that it was okay to kill a person. But when it comes to disregarding humanity, is there someone else that also disregarded humanity? I mean, we have Frollo, who's already bad, but can we say the Archdeacon is that much better? True, he did stop Frollo from killing Quasimodo, and he had the decency to remove Quasimodo's mom's corpse from the steps, but his actions later on aren't exactly that of a good person. I mean, he did give Quasimodo to his mother's murderer, and for the following 20 years never checked up on him. We never once saw the Archdeacon go up to the bell tower and see how Quasimodo's doing. You would think that if he did, Quasimodo wouldn't end up the shell of a person that he was at the beginning, thinking he's a monster. You would think the Archdeacon would go up and say, "Hey Frollo, how's your child doing?" And Frollo would be like, "Fine." And then he's like, "Quasimodo, come over here." And Quasi would be this very scared, very sheltered, very non-happy little boy. And the Archdeacon would be like, "Hey, he doesn't look exactly happy. What the hell have you been doing?" And then the fucking plot of the movie wouldn't exist. Why didn't the Archdeacon take in the child if he was such a good person? He gave the child to a murderer who hates the child's race, because don't forget, Quasimodo is a gypsy. The Archdeacon gave Frollo a gypsy child to raise and then never checked up on him, never saw if he was fine, never did anything to advance Quasimodo as a person, just left Frollo and Quasi to their own devices. So can we really say that the Archdeacon was a good guy in this when he himself was one of the major reasons that led to Quasimodo being locked in a bell tower? I would say if he can't be considered a villain, at very least, he is an anti-hero. Also, side note, before God Help the Outcast song that Esmeralda did, the Archdeacon said that there was someone in the cathedral that could help Esmeralda, maybe. And I was just curious, was he meaning like a divine inspiration, or was he meaning Quasimodo? This is just a complete side note, completely unrelated, but I would like to know your guys' opinion. Who was he talking about? Because when you see the contrast between Esmeralda and the statues in the church, and Esmeralda and Quasimodo, it almost seems like when she's singing God Help the Outcasts, she's singing it to Quasi because he's the one actually responding to her. I don't know, that's just how I think. Maybe I'll elaborate it on another day. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you soon with another Hunchback Theory.